me just explain that for a moment. You've had, in the 2006-2007 school year, 35 universities have come to Omaha for lunch at Garage with you.
I spent about 5 hours with them.
Including Brazil as well.
Brazil.
Tell me what you were going to say and what this dialogue is about and why it's important to you.
Well, I've usually got 150 or so sitting in the class. And, you know, these are MBAs, and they're interested in finance. And I'll ask them how many have heard of the Northern Pacific Corner. You know, and usually no hands go up at all. Well, one of the things I did when I was 10 or 11 years old, I read every bit of financial history I could, because you know, it isn't just about the figures on the chart last week. It's how human beings behave. I talked to Alan Greenspan one time about the Northern Pacific Corner. He knew all about the Northern Pacific Corner. But you have to be aware of the fact that human beings can do things that just blow your mind. I mean, you know, think of what Hitler did in Germany. I mean, there's just the scope of human beings to do crazy things, self-destructive things, things that as a mob they do. I mean, you saw it on October 19th, 1987. You saw 22% of the market value. Something happened to change.
Market crash of 87.
22% one day. You saw, you know, long-term. You've seen all kinds of things. There'll be other things in the future. They'll have similar factors. The human factor will be at the bottom of them, but they won't be exactly the same. But it's like Mark Twain said, you know, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. And we will see some things that rhyme, you know, with 1929 or with whatever it may be. And I have to have somebody in the position who can think about those things and never get exposed to getting crushed by the herd.
This is so crucial that what you're going to do, as I understand it, you're going to select 3 or 4 or more. You're going to give them $1 or $2 billion and watch them. How will you measure, beyond this performance, as you take a look at this, whether they have the quality you just described?
Yeah. And I'll look, incidentally, at what they've done for themselves for the previous 10 years. I mean, I can tell much more by looking at how they've swung at each ball over the year than having them hand me some score at the end of the time. So,
Exactly.
So it won't just be their performance, but it will be how they achieve that performance. And I can read a lot into that. Now, I've done this twice before in my life, Charlie. I mean, when I got out of my partnership, I picked 3 people, actually, and one of them was the one that most went with. And all 3 of those turned out to be 37 years later. All 3 of those were good choices, not because they just managed money well, but they didn't self-destruct either. And I picked one for Geico at one time. So it's not impossible. It's more difficult for me now because I'm not a contemporary of these people, and I don't know the crew of the 40 or 50-year-olds like I knew it when I myself was 40 or 50.
Yeah. You've got a guy. You're looking for somebody who's in their early 40s, probably.
Yeah, but they could be 35. They could be 50.
Okay,
they can't be 76 because I know a 76-year-old
who likes doing it.
Who likes his job.
Yes, you know, but plus you've got Lou Simpson, who's great.
Oh, sure,
and could do it, but he's closer to you than he is to 40.
You know, but Charlie's 83.
But
he's going good.
But he doesn't know it.
He doesn't know it. Yeah.